Hey, yeah, oh, 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 yeah.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Thomas back again with another rendition of Truth Be Told. Now, this past week, the only thing that I've seen really big in the news is a lot of these Democratic crooked judges are trying to block Trump and ICE agents and federal agents from doing their jobs. They do not have the right to do this. It is unconstitutional orders that they are putting out there. President Trump can send in the National Guard if he wants to. It's literally in the Constitution. So these judges, they literally need to be arrested and held accountable for their unconstitutional blocking of the federal orders. They nearly need to be put in jail. They do. These judges have crossed the line. But anyways, I seen that, and then I don't know what the deal is. Like, I seen several YouTubers talking about something to do with a Twitch con or a Twitch event, and some chick got freaking some guy went up to her and kissed her on the neck, and then they're calling it a sexual assault, and nobody knows who this girl is. She's supposedly a Twitch streamer, but like nobody knows who she is. Like 5 people maybe. I mean, seriously, nobody gives a fuck about that Twitch bullshit. But because Asmongold keeps talking about it, everybody's all like, oh, it must be a big deal. No, it's not. Nobody gives a fuck. He doesn't even really know who she is. He admits that. He just knows her by name. And I'm so sick and tired of seeing the whole Hassan Piker and his shocking his dog bullshit. You know what? Who gives a fuck? Nobody cares. Fucking stop talking about it. Jesus Christ. It's been going on for like two weeks now. They've been talking about that bullshit when that motherfucker's supposed to be in fucking jail for, not just celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, but fucking, he's literally calling for people to go, he's inciting violence, telling people to go kill fucking, people on the right and shit. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Why is this motherfucker is still on Twitch? Why is he not banned? Why is he fucking... That Twitch is a fucking cesspool of the left. It's terrible. It needs to be shut down. But anyways, he needs to be arrested and put in jail. It's just ridiculous that he's still out and about. Moving on to what I really want to talk to you about this week. I watched not too long ago, like I said, I still got quite a few things coming down the pipeline to talk about at the beginning of my videos. But I just watched not too long ago an English show or a UK show, whatever you want to call it. It's kind of a detective show. It's called Department Q. Now, one thing I thought ridiculous about this show was they're constantly calling each other names and pissing on each other. They're really hateful. Everyone in the cast is hateful with one another. Like, they're not nice to each other at all. They're assholes to each other. Every single one of them. Now, there is a woman who's the captain, and she gets I'm just talking about this one part because I thought it was ridiculous. She gets funding from like the chief of police, the department that she has. She gets funding if she creates a little subdivision for this guy who's like her top, or well, she gives it to him, but she has to create this little subdivision to go after certain people. And she's all like, oh, so you'll give me a shit ton of money for my department. Well, what she does, she starts spending all the money on herself and her little group. But she's not supposed to. She's supposed to allocate it. And she's not doing that. So, yeah, I just thought it was funny because the guy she chooses to run the department is mainly what the story's about. Him and his partner get shot at the very beginning of the show, and it's his partner gets killed, and he gets shot. He barely remembers seeing anything of what happened. They were doing a routine homicide or some shit, checking on a homicide. Some guy died in his apartment or something. Well, the killer was still there. Anyway, he gets shot as well, but he doesn't die. His partner doesn't die, sorry. He almost dies. It like cripples him or some shit, puts him in a wheelchair, whatever. Anyways, he's determined to find out who this dude is that shot them throughout the whole entire show. While doing this, he comes back to the department, and the captain gives him the head of the new division or whatever. And then slowly and surely he starts making a team. He eventually gets his old partner to help him out, which is still in the hospital and recovering from the bullet that crippled him. And then some redhead chick that he didn't like, and now all of a sudden he's like getting her to help him. And then some foreigner who used to be a cop or some shit, he comes in and starts helping him too. They're trying to find this woman gets kidnapped who has like an autistic brother or some shit, who can't quite articulate what happened to her, why she got kidnapped when she was around him on this boat, this ferry. It was a ferry. So they're trying to find this, and she used to be a former prosecutor or some shit like that, or an attorney of some kind. I think she was a prosecutor. Anyway, she was a real bitch. No one liked her. She had no friends. The only one she cared about was her little brother, the autistic brother. But yeah, she's disappeared. She's been missing for a little while. So his new case is try to find her. And that's what the whole series, or the whole season is about, is them trying to find this kidnapped woman, which nobody liked. And you can see why. She's a bitch. Anyways, at first I wasn't really getting into it. I'm just not a big fan of UK shows or English shows. I'm just not. It's not the same. They're different. The way they portray their humor and all that shit, it's really different. It's like trying to chew sand or some shit. I'm just not a big fan of UK shows. Every once in a while they'll put out something that's decent, but most of the time I don't like their shows. Anyways, I was looking for a detective show. I miss Monk and I miss The Mentalist and shows like that, where you have a male protagonist who's like screwing with everybody trying to solve cases. Anyways, this show was okay. It wasn't bad for a UK show, but like I said, they're literally telling each other off every 5 seconds. It's ridiculous. But other than that, it was okay. It took a while to get into it. Like, it was a slow burner. Like, you had to get through like the first 2 or 3 episodes, and then you start going, okay, what's going on? Blah blah blah. So it was all right. It was an okay show. Check it out if you want. If you're looking for, a witty detective show that makes you think a little bit what's going on. I give it, I'd say it's a thumbs up and a thumbs down. I mean, it's not the best, but it's worth one-time watch. I recommend it for a UK show. Definitely check it out if you're into like detective shows and shit. Okay, let's get on to your B-movie reviews. Okay, movieaholics, moving on to your B-movie reviews. This month is horror month. We're doing underwater type movies. Continuing on with the fish movies. Uh, so the next two movies is the next two in the Jaws series. The first one is Jaws 3D. Back when they, in like the 80s, 3D was a thing or whatever. And that's why they did this movie in 3D. It was done in 1983. It made about 37 million worldwide. Stars Dennis Quaid and Bess Armstrong. Louis Gossett Jr. is also in this movie. Basically, Dennis Quaid is playing Michael Brody, which was the son of Roy Schneider's character, Sheriff Brody, from the first two movies. His brother Sean Brody also shows up a little ways into the movie. And basically, Michael has built an aquatic park for Louis Gossett Jr., who's like a multi-millionaire or whatever. Anyway, they built this park, which they're calling Sea World. It's an underwater park. People walk around in these little tubes or whatever in this lagoon and check out all the fish. People start getting attacked by a shark, a great white, but it's only a little over 10 foot, so it's not really that big. They capture the fish because his girlfriend wants to capture the fish and study it, so they do. There's a couple dolphins in the movie too that they're friends with or whatever, blah blah blah. Well, people start getting attacked again, and then they realize that the fish they caught was just a baby basically, and Mama is like a 30-footer or whatever. She's gigantic, and she's coming in there and fucking searching for a kid, and she starts killing people left and right, and they're trying to get the people out of the park. She busts part of the park up and traps some people, and they got to try to get them out. The whole time she's trying to kill them off. You got another guy in there. I can't remember his name. He's a fairly well-known actor. I think he's English, but anyway, he's in there trying to stop the fish. You know, he's used to killing them, and taking pictures of them or some shit. But anyways, eventually, you know, they take care of the shark and blow her up or whatever, blah blah blah, and that's the end of the movie. Everybody lives happily ever after. Yeah. Watching the fish guts and people's arms being ripped off and them trying to put it in 3D, it was hilarious seeing that 3D crap on the screen. I forgot how cheesy that shit was, but yeah, it was like the biggest craze back then. You know, you had a bunch of studios trying to cash in on the whole 3D thing. It didn't last very long. Anyways, the movie was okay. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't great either. It didn't make as much money as the other two, the first two. It's okay for a one-time watch. I give it a thumbs up and a thumbs down. It's okay. Again, though, underwater crap, fish, sharks, that kind of thing, it's not really my forte. I'm not a big fan of that shit. Eventually, I'll probably get to like the alligator or the Lake Placid movies and shit, because there's a bunch of them. I might at some point get around to watching those. I don't know. Like I said, I'm just not big on that kind of shit. The next one, of course, is Jaws 4. It's not really called Jaws 4, it's just called Jaws the Revenge. This is the last one in the series. And again, you can tell why. It's I don't know, it's like really low budget. It stars Lance Guest. If you don't know who that is, think The Last Starfighter. That was him. He's in this. I'm surprised because that's the only movie I knew he was in was The Last Starfighter. Anyways, it was done in 1987 and this one made about 51 mil, even less than all the others. Lauren Gary comes back as, Sheriff Brody's wife. Lance is playing the part of Michael, and he's like an oceanographer, doctor, or some shit. At the very beginning, his brother Sean, he gets killed by a great white. Now, throughout the whole movie, Lorraine Gary, she's like, oh, it's hunting us down. It's hunting down the Brodies, blah, blah, blah. I can feel it. I have this spiritual connection with the shark, and I'm telling you, it's trying to hunt us all down. What the fuck? This shark has nothing to do with the first two fucking movies. It's fucking dumb. That whole, it's coming after us is fuck off. This is so dumb. You also have Michael Caine in this. He's kind of like the love interest for Lorraine. Lorraine's character. Her name's like Ellen Brody or some shit like that. Anyways, yeah. She's worried about it coming after Michael and her granddaughter, blah, blah, blah. In this movie, Michael has a daughter. A little, like, 6 or 7 year old. But anyways, Michael and Mario Van Peebles is in this too. He plays a character named Jake, and him and the Michael character, Jake and Michael, they're scientists, and they're studying, I don't know, something to do with giant snails or some shit in the water. Well, when Jake sees the great white that comes after Michael, he's all like, oh no, we need to study the shark now, blah, blah, blah. Michael don't want to tell his mother for good reason. But they go to get his mother from, what's that, the town, Amity is the town where she lives. So they go get her, bring her to the Bahamas, as all of a sudden this shark is traveling from Amity all the way down to the Bahamas to kill them. I'm just like, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here with that supernatural psychic link crap. It's so dumb. But anyways, towards the end of the movie, Ellen Brody decides she's going to go out there in a boat and let the shark eat her or some bullshit, towards the end of the movie. Michael Caine with Jake, or Mario Van Peebles, and Lance Guest, or Michael, But he crash lands the plane right next to the boat so they can all get out and try to fucking stop this shark. It was kind of dumb. But anyways, they eventually blow up the shark, kill it, and they're rescued. Mario Van Peebles, he's been bitten. He got bit. But anyways, everyone lives happily ever after. Movie over. Blah, blah, blah. I mean, it was cheesy. It was bad cheesy. You have some decent actors in this, and that's the only reason worth watching this fucking last one. It was pretty pathetic. That whole psychic link crap was, and it's hunting them. It has nothing to do with the first two movies, because both them sharks died. So it was kind of silly. I give it a thumbs up, thumbs down, only because the acting saved it. If it wasn't for the good actors, this movie, I wouldn't have been able to watch this movie. It was so bad. Check it out if you want. If you just want to watch the entire Jaws franchise. Like I said, there's only 4 of them, but give it a one-time watch, I guess, but never visit it again. Trust me. If you have any thoughts about what I talked about earlier in the video, please leave your thoughts down in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you. If you can think of any B-rated or movies you think I may never even heard of or seen, please leave your suggestions down in the comment section down below. I'll get to reviewing them as soon as I can. So, until next time, I told you be told the truth, and you just been told.